Priscilla. There was a mother, child nuzzled in her collarbone, and she knew what dogs and cats and fishes and animals dream about when they sleep forever. There was this father whose laughter was yellow, and he never held back the teeth from his smile. Nothing turned sad or bleak or gray as airport silence when they were around. I know the limits of my empathy, Priscilla. I can only feel for you, but not as you. Cannot comprehend your 11 little years as the pallbearer of an imaginary past. A past of amputated beginnings. A past that wanders the valleys and creek beds in the palms of God, listening for your mother's voice in pastures of white noise. And then when you look up with fragile green eyes and ask if it's true that they gave you away because they didn't want you anymore, I will tell you that they loved you with the transparency and shapelessness of water. Father planted your sleeping body in blankets and wore a forehead, nightmare sweat on his lips like a song, and lullabies waltzed up the taste bud cobblestone streets lining mother's tongue. And do you see this? This shadow, this naked shadow thawing indistinguishable in the lightless night? This is where things go when they get erased, Priscilla. Our entire lives we carve little rivers, but one day we will die. And will swell the rising tide. For when you bury all your imaginary friends in the sandbox and murmur that your birth mother lays with them too, I will hold an earthworm between my index finger and thumb. Say that it has a telegram for you. And that earthworm will say, in a magnolia soft voice, in a voice like the ghosts of genocides granting forgiveness, will say that life barefoot dances towards death, and when you pirouette elegant in the grass, your mother and father's longing warms the soil. So say yes to there being such thing as bliss in a world with loss, and you will sprout mountains from your tear ducts, and you will pick the gravel from your scuffed knees. Your halo will widen like embracing arms. You will ride your bike to the far end of town and observe crows beak the splashed roadside carcass of a run-over squirrel, and that squirrel may be your innocence. You will sleep with scarves on for fear of vampire bites. And some of the most peaceful people you will ever meet will be those most haunted by monsters. And from the familiar smell of a foreign building, you will remember the almost imperceptible transition of color from the back of your father's hands to the pads of his fingers. You will pluck blossoms off the branch and want only to reattach them. And then there will come the day that you, the little river that you are, will also swell the rising tide. For you will have loved and have been loved with the transparency and shapelessness of water. Priscilla, when it rains, you are brushed by the ocean, and this is the nearness of our stories, and stories are how we are joined. And through the naming of these sparrows, shouldering the squall, our own flight is made felt.